Okay, so tonight's EuroMillions jackpot is £79 million. And this is what the chart looks like at the moment. So this is the main chart. And the set of balls that they're going to be using is set 19. And this is the chart for set 19. And the machine is M13. And that's the chart for the machine. And then the machine and set of balls together is going to be exactly the same. So this is the analysis of the most recent draw 1366. So these are all the coincidences. You can see 23 was most frequent, 15 most frequent with the ball set, star number 12 was most overdue with that ball set, and then with 12, 21 was most overdue, and 23 and 15 was an outstanding pair for that set of balls. Same with the star number 12 and 15. And we've got star number 3 and 21. 15 most frequent recently with star number 3. And basically that's all the coincidences. So the analyzer just summarises all the different charts. So as you can see, the analysis for machine 13 and set balls 19 is the same. Same there, same there, same there. Because it's only been used recently. So you can see which numbers stand out the most on these charts. So I'll just show you what the charts look like. Again, so this one is recent history, all machines and sets of balls, and that is this chart. So I have to zoom out a bit so you can see all the numbers. See 48 most overdue, 23 still most frequent, and 48 most overdue for its frequency. Then on the star number side, number 2 most frequent, most overdue, and most overdue for its frequency. So do we want to pick number 2? Well, I think so. Anyway, let's see what numbers stand out with the numbers that stand out. So we've got 48, 26, 32, 41. So they're the ones that stand out as most overdue for the frequencies. And then we've got 15 and 23 as most frequent. And we've also got 2 as most overdue. Now on the star numbers we've got 2, and got 9 and 11, 2 most overdue, 3 most frequent. But if you look at these values, I'll just zoom in so you can see that. If you look at the values, see the M value for 2 is much higher than the others, so you definitely want to bet on that. And then the question is, what numbers stand out with these numbers? So let's have a look. So with 48 it's 16, 28 more recently. And I don't see any of these numbers standing out with each other. So to show you each one of these charts. So this is the chart for 48. In the short term, you can see 28 most overdue for its frequency. So we're actually looking at this chart at the moment. And if we look at this side of the chart to do that, then what we've got to do is look at the full drawing history. And then when we do that, you can see we've got 16 most overdue. It's quite a tall chart, so probably won't be able to see all the numbers on your screen, but you can see number 1 by far the most frequent. 16 is also most overdue for its frequency, so that's 48's chart. And then if we look at 26, and on the main numbers side, you can see 50 is now most overdue for its frequency. We have 26. We got 49 most frequent, 19 most overdue. So that is this chart. And if we look at it in recent history, then on the star number side you can see we've got 12 most overdue for its frequency, and now it looks like 44 is most overdue for its frequency with 26. And then we've got the 41 in the most recent history. You can see 40 stands out with that. And the 32, 12 stands out with that. And it's the same on the star number side. And then the 2, the chart for the 2 looks like that. So those are all the charts on the analyzer except for the star number 2. And with that you can see clearly star number 9, most overdue and most overdue for its frequency. So we should include that on the analyzer. Because there it is. And there it is again. You can see the 2 and the 9 have got their mutual pair. And the main numbers that stand out, with the 2 it's 43, with the 10, with the 40, with the star number 9 it's 10, and also 25. So if we were to pick all the most outstanding numbers, and these are the coincidences that we'd get. So it's very unlikely that on the summary section of the analyzer that you're going to get all the M numbers on every chart. Well, that's just to show you what numbers stand out and then what numbers stand out with those numbers. Well, these are the numbers that stand out, and these are the values to show you how much they stand out. So probably difficult to see on your screen, so I will just zoom in once again. So this is the main chart. This is for the set of balls, and then when you look at the numbers, you don't get many coincidences because it's not been used very often. And then the machine, it's being used even less often, so even less coincidences stand out on that. But looking at the main chart, that's the summary. So you can see these are the values, and then these are the charts for the numbers. So if you want to pick one of these numbers, then if you're going to pick a number to go with it, these are the ones that are to go with it. So these sections, these are the star number sections, the ones that have got a lightly coloured background, and then the ones with the dark coloured background, they're the main number sections. And these are just summarising what the charts look like. So the purple numbers, they're the ones that are most overdue for the frequency. These are the ones that come out most often. Then the blue ones are the most overdue, the green ones are the most frequent. So that's just for anyone who doesn't already know. Now, let's have a look at how they rank. So the most outstanding pairs are 33 and 37, 50 and 43, and it's interesting that 50 and 43, well, 43 stands out with 2, star number 2 that is, and then 50 stands out with 26. So if you were going to bet on that most outstanding mutual pair, 53 and 50, then obviously star number 2 and 9 is a pair that you probably want to have with that pair. And then there's a 26 as well, so 26 and 50. And 43. 3 goes well with 43 as well. And then you've got 1 that goes well with 50. So for example, if you wanted to bet on star number 2, because it is most outstanding in every way on the main chart in both full term and short term history, and it's also most overdue for its frequency with the set of balls that's going to be used, then with star number 2 you're going to want star number 9 because it is the most outstanding mutual pair of star numbers. And then if you're going to stick with 26 because it's most overdue for its frequency on the main chart, then if you're going to have 26, then you're going to have star number 2. It's highly unlikely that you're going to get every M number on there, so just one of them is much more likely to happen. And then with that, if you had 43 to go with star number 2, and then 50 to go with 26 and 43, and then you've got the number 1 there that stands out with 50, and you've got the number 3 that stands out with 43. So then you've got all these coincidences. That's a lot of coincidences, and that's what seems to stand out the most at the moment. So, if you want to bet on outstanding pairs, and there's another combination to look at. So, the possibilities are endless. What you could do, what you could be, based on these numbers. But, that's just one option. And then there's 48 stands out quite a lot. It's its most frequent with 1. And if we had 10 to go with the 9, and let's see what stands out with 48. So obviously 16. So if you wanted to pick 48, you could have the 16 with it, that's the most outstanding pair. And to go with the 16, you could have 11. So I don't even know. But the question is, what stands out with the 48? We've got 16. Plus it only appears once on this list. Then the star numbers. We've got star number 8. Let's go with 48. So 48 and 16, and then 11. That will give me those, and then 29, maybe. And 29 is one of the top pairs, so if you have number 4 then. So if you have number 4 and 29, you could have those. Then you've got the option to have 15 or 23, most frequent. These are the most frequent numbers. So if you're having 4 and 29, this takes you back to the most frequent number. But then the question is to go with 33 and 37, which is the highest ranking pair, these 10. And with 33 you could have 19 as well. we've got 43 most overdue with 33, and it also stands out with star number 2. And if you notice, we've got 26 and 31. That stand out with 33, so you could have 26. Or you could have 50. Or to go with the 9, you could have 10. To go with that 9. And then that points to 31 instead of 26. Interesting, now we've got 247 both of them as well. So, you know, that's just some of the numbers to consider if you're picking your numbers for tonight's EuroMillions £70 million jackpot. So, good luck with that.